Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to this video. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you for tuning in. I wanted to jump in here real quick and just do a real quick live coaching session, right? I've been asked quite a few questions about different things with permit running. So I wanted to kind of get in here and talk about one of those things it's really important as it pertains to permit running, right? And I know that it's one of those subjects or one of those topics where people feel a little bit iffy on when they're looking to get into running permits. Now, as you can see by the title of this video, I want to talk a little bit about online permit submission, right? So, again, this is one of those things I get a lot of questions about. People always wondering, how should I do that, or what should I do, or what does it take to do an online permit? So, of course, let's get in here and let's talk about it just a little bit, right? Want to go ahead and get that going. Hey, Shanta, good to see you in here. Thank you for joining in on this Saturday. Appreciate it. So, yeah, I wanted to jump in here real quick and I wanted to talk about it, right? Now, here's the thing with online permitting. Yes, we've discussed this before, some aspects of it, but here's the thing with online permitting. It is super important for you to take a hold of that. When you're getting into doing permits and permit running, a lot of times people think that it is just from the standpoint of, hey, I'm going to pick up documents, submit them to the building department, and that's what I'm going to do, right? Hey, Jomi, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you for joining me on a Saturday. Yes. But yeah, a lot of times people think that, hey, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the client, the contractor. I'm going to pick up those documents. I'm running them to the building department, getting them processed. Hey, Tamika, I'm getting them processed. I'm picking those processed documents up and I'm taking it back to the client or the contractor. That's what a lot of times people are thinking to do. Hey, Tamika, again, thank you for being here. Sharon, thank you so much. It's good to see you in here. But yeah, so that's what people are usually thinking. And that's how you base your value. A lot of times people base their value off of, hey, I'm saving the contractor time by picking up those documents and I'm submitting them to the building department for them. I'm going to say your name wrong, but I'm going to say, hey, Diella, thank you so much for tuning in. And please feel free to correct me. But thank you so much for tuning in. But yeah, so people are really looking at it from that standpoint. Now, so I wanted to do this video because, like I said, I've had a lot of conversations about this with different people, even in consultation sessions. I've had a lot of conversations. So I feel like it's a topic that we really do need to go ahead and get into and talk about a little bit, right? So I think that it's really important for everyone. If you are going to be doing permit running, right? I think it's ideal for you to take hold of doing permits online or processing permits online. I think that that's something that you should be implementing in your business regardless. Now, here's the thing. I get it. Some building departments, that's the only way they'll take it. That's the only way they'll take certain permits is if you have to do them online. That's it, right? There are still some building departments that will let you come in. I do this all the time. They'll let you come in. They'll let you submit permits, in person. You process it, have everything done there. There's a lot of them that will allow you to do that. But even with that, they have it set up that you can also do online permits, that you can do that. And the reason why I say that we all really should be adopting the online permitting, that we really should be going forward to it and not, stepping back, hey, only online in this area, so I can't touch them. No, you're still providing value to a client who doesn't have time to even do that or doesn't want to learn that new system. And so what you should be doing is you really should be also setting up. Hey, Tommy, good to see you in here. You should be setting up an account with the building departments, right? If you have a potential client and that potential client is, they have a permit that's going to be in, let's say, just throwing out, this building department. Let's say you have a client and their permit is going to be in Fort Lauderdale. That's my area for the most part, right? Fort Lauderdale allows you to set up your own account as the permit runner under your business. You can set up your own account. You can actually set it up under yourself personally. But here is the thing. I want to encourage you to set it up as a business account because in a lot of cases, the property owner can see that information as to who's kind of handling their project. Also, when you're dealing with your clients, your contractors, you can set up your account so that you can deal with multiple clients or contractors under that one account. You don't have to go in and do different logins for each and every one of your clients. A lot of the building departments will allow you as the permit runner to have your own account set up under your own business, under your own business email address. You set up your own account and you start processing permits under your own account. And you have access to it. And you deem who you want to also have access to those projects, those permits. And what I'm saying is during the processing of that permit, a lot of times, let's say an engineer is involved with the project, because you'll see that happens too. An engineer will be involved in a process or a project, right? They may want to have access so that they can upload their documents. Also, they may have, a lot of times engineers, they'll have like multiple like pages of documents, and they may say, hey, let me just upload it directly into the portal. You allow them access into that project. You're basically the one who is in control of that whole permitting process at that point. So you allow who it is that you want to have access, you allow them in there. So that is a good thing for you to be able to have your hand on your projects by you setting up your online account for the building departments, for the different building departments. Now, sure, some building departments want you to set it up under the contractor. That's fine. That's what you do. You have that account set up under the contractor and you act as his liaison, or you act as an agent for that company, right? But for those instances where that building department is allowing you as the permit runner to set up an account, take advantage of that and set up that account. Set up your account, and that way you have control over what is going on with that project. You'll also be notified, usually by email, what's the updates for that project as well. And that's the other good part about it. You have control over that because it's linked to your email. So at this point, you're getting those updates. Like I said, you're getting those updates, and the updates come in like randomly throughout the day. It may be a Saturday and you're getting updates from the building department, but look, this is one thing. This is just one more thing that you don't have to constantly be, looking for or looking into. Those updates will come right to you because guess what? It was processed under your account as the permit runner. Jomi, you're asking, do we speak to the building department first to let them know that we are doing? The contractor will only have access only to their project and not any other client. No, here's the other thing, right? Because when you're setting up your online portal, let's say you have your portal and it's all set up and it's under you, right? It's going to be under you, right? They'll allow you, let's say you have one project for a new door. You have one contractor, he's installing a new door at this residence. You have a separate contractor and he is installing a window at this other residence. What happens is when you assign a contractor to each project, only that contractor will only be able to see that project, nothing else. And that's where you have that control. That contractor will only be able to see the project that you have assigned him to or her to. That's it. They won't be able to see your whole account either. They're only going to be able to see what it is that you linked them to or what you assigned them to. That's it. It's a good way to have all your projects in one place, even though you're dealing with 5 different contractors, 10 different contractors. It's a good way to be able to have access to all of those projects and to be able to have them all in one place instead of doing all these multiple logins for each and every client. So setting up your own account, like I said, that'll allow you, once you have a new contractor, he comes in and hey, he's got this new project, and he's doing a whole new build, a whole remodel. Whatever you assign him to, that's what he'll be able to see. And that's it. Whatever you assign him to, that's what he can see. And let's say he also has a project manager. So he wants his project manager to be able to get the updates too, because usually the project manager, a lot of cases, is the person who's dealing with the property owner or the investor. A lot of times, there's like a chain of authority there. He may say to you, or she may say to you, well, please grant access to my project manager. Well, whoever, again, you're giving access to, you control that, right? Exactly. That's nice, right? So you're controlling that. So I want to encourage everyone, if you can, like if your building department allows you to set up your own account, by all means, set up your own account under your business name. Make sure you're putting your business information in there. It's going to ask you for your name, your business name. It's going to ask you for your email address. your good contact phone number. Now, mind you, that email address that you put in there, make sure that's something that you're going to always have access to, because that's where they're going to be sending those updates to. They're going to send the updates to that email address that you put on file. And they're going to be doing it for every project. Every one of those projects, let's say you got 20 projects. As those projects get updated, they're going to send the updates to that email address that you put on file for yourself. So it's definitely important to make sure that you're putting, a good working email address on it. It'll also allow you to be able to make some certain changes all from that portal. You can make changes even to like your information as well. Sometimes it'll allow you to do contractor registrations all under your account. This will be all something that you can do, that you have access to, and you do not need to call the building department to say, hey, I'm adding a new contractor, I'm doing it. No, you just need to have that contractor's information. You need to go ahead and start that new project and now assign that contractor to that project. And that contractor at that point will have access to that project because you just gave it to him. And if he has a project manager, if he has an office manager, or whoever he wants to share that information with, you now have the authority and the ability to go ahead and add accordingly. And when you're adding, for the most part, it's usually something pretty simple, right? It's not a whole big thing that you got to go into the building department and sit with someone and update the information. No, you're literally going in and adding that individual's name, their email address, their phone number. It's usually simple information like that, maybe the address. You're adding in information such as that. And once you add that information in, and now you're allowing access to that certain project, guess what? Now they can see what's going on with that project, and now they'll be able to get updates as the updates come in for that certain project. That is a really good way to keep your contractors, your clients, the investors up to date with what's going on with their projects without you even having to do much, right? Of course, you're going to be checking in on your projects. Of course, you're going to be, monitoring it. But by you having access, by you having an account and allowing access for your clients, they will send you, the building department will send you updates as well as your client or whoever else you allowed access to, right? And that works in several different ways with several different building departments. And yes, some of them are asking different questions, but for the most part, it's usually about the same. They want your name, your business name, your phone number, good email address, and that's how they're communicating. A lot of times the building department will also send you text updates as well. So you can opt in for that as well if that's something that you want to do. I usually keep everything with emails. It's just an easy way to keep track of everything when it's coming in. It's just really easy. Sometimes with text messages, I'll look past it. I might not even check my text messages, but when it's in my email, my business email, I'm looking at that. I'm monitoring it, right? And it's free. It's not like it's costing you anything to do that, but it's a good thing to implement into your business. Like I said, a lot of times we're looking at permit running from the standpoint of, hey, I got to go meet with this client. And that's how I'm showing them I'm adding value, because I have to meet with them. I have to pick up the documents and I'm taking them to the building department. And we think that that's the only way that we're showing that we're adding that value to their business and why they'll pay us what it is that we're asking for. No, just even the fact of having those updates sent to them by the building department. Yes, it's not coming directly from you, but it's coming from the building department. They can see that you're working. They can see that. And they appreciate that. That's one less thing that they have to do. And that's a good and easy way for you also to show your client, hey, I'm providing you value with those updates coming in. As they're coming in, that client is seeing those updates too. Whether it's good updates or it's bad updates, whether, the project got approved or the project got rejected, hey, they can see it as well. And then you know how to move forward from there. So definitely, like I said, we should be setting up those accounts with the building department. Don't shy away from those. I also, in some cases, I do like to go into the building department because, yes, you're able to talk with the representatives that are there and you get that communication going with them and they start knowing who you are and it's helpful. Yes, but don't bypass that online system because there's quite a few ways it helps you in your business. Now, here's the thing. When you're doing online permits, for the most part, you're not leaving your office or your home. You're able to do that around your schedule from your office, from your home. You're able to just not have to spend gas to go out and do this run over here and that run over. You don't have to do that. You can do it from the comfort of your home. That's one of the good things. That's one of the reasons why we should be adopting it as well, right? Because it's something that you can do from the comfort of your home. I get asked so much about, is this something like I have a job? I have a job. Well, I don't have a job, but people ask me, I have a job. Is this something I can do around my work schedule? Yes. Adopt the online system. If you go ahead, get those accounts set up too, right? Like I said, you're getting new clients in, because I definitely want you to still be putting yourself out there so that you can get those clients. And once you're getting those clients, set up those online accounts with the building department when it comes to where your clients' projects are. Set up those accounts. And that way, yes, once you pick the kids up from school, guess what? You can go and submit a permit. Even after you've taken your kids out to basketball practice in the evening, right? So now you're back home, it's 7 o'clock, you got the kids are fed, and you're like, okay, let me sit down for a second. Submit a permit even right then, because it's an online system. It's an online, they have the online model set up. Take advantage of those while you can, right? Take advantage of those, right? Because again, it's not about like I said, most people are thinking, hey, I got to run to the building departments. I got to do this. No. Take advantage of the fact that that online system is there and you can access it. And you can set up your own account and you can submit documents, again, from the comfort of your home if you need to do that. You can submit documents on Saturday. I'm here in the office today, right? And I'll be honest with you, I started very late today because I have other things that I'm doing, right? I'm usually setting up. Today is usually the day that I'm setting up for Monday. Today I did a lot of running around. I had errands to do. I had all good stuff to do, right? So I didn't really come in the office until much later. Came in and sent out a contractor registration. It's Saturday. Normally this is something that you have to do, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, like business hours. But no, because of the online portals and the online systems, these are things that you can do around your schedule. These are things that you can do on Saturday, on the weekends. This is something you can do after the kids' basketball practice, right? So take advantage of it. Like I said, with that being said, you can base it off your schedule. You can work around your schedule with those online portals. You're not spending money on gas. You're not spending money on gas when you get to a point where, hey, I'm sitting right here in my living room and I'm submitting a permit. You're not spending money on gas. It's beneficial to you at this point. That's beneficial to you. You're making money because you're taking the time at home instead of spending gas. You didn't run out anywhere. You did this around your schedule and you're still able to make extra income, because some people are just doing this as, in addition to, you're able to make that extra income, right? Do we set up individual accounts per contractor? Sharon, you don't even have to do that. You can have like in Fort Lauderdale, right? You set up one account, your own one account, and you can just, as you have new projects to submit, you assign a contractor to that. And that's under one account. That's under just your account. But that contractor can only see what it is you assigned him to. So you don't even have to do multiple accounts. In some areas, you may have to do multiple accounts, right? You may have to. But for the most part, a lot of the different building departments are allowing you to do one account, and you can submit your permits for all of your different clients under that one account. And in those instances, definitely take advantage of it. Like I said, sure, there may be instances where you have to either go under the contractor's name. So you want to add yourself like as an agent under this client, right? Under this contractor. But for the most part, in a lot of cases, you can definitely set up one account and have all of your clients under that one account. You can have it just like that. Yep, no problem, Sharon. But yeah, so this is definitely something that we need to take time and really consider that. Like I said, again, a lot of people are looking at it from a standpoint of the value is in me actually going out, running, right? Because it's permit running. Makes sense? But even inside of you doing the submissions online, that is you getting a project from nothing to the next step. And there's where the value lies, right? You're still being able to take that from the client and get that submitted, get that process started. You're tracking it. And even with the client being able to see the updates come in, right? You can see the updates come in. And you can see those updates coming in. But those are those that value you're still providing to that potential client. So yes, definitely don't shy away from online permits. Go ahead, jump right in there. Jump right in there. Like I said, it's as simple as usually they're asking for your name, your business name, your email address, your phone number, and in some cases your address. That information is just that's your information in the system for your account. So we really should be, as much as possible, utilizing that because it's saving you. And right now is a great time to be looking at some ways we can kind of save for our business. We can, add value even for ourselves in our business to have that extra income coming in. Latoya, you don't think your county has an online portal? What county are you in? Not that I know every county, but I'm just saying, because yes, in my area too, some of the building departments, they don't allow. They want you to come in. That's great. Okay, that's fine. But if you're in an area where that building department, whether the county or the city, whether they may allow you to have your own online access, your own portal, your own account, go for it. Go for it. This will save you. Paulding County in Georgia. Not familiar. And I'm from Georgia. So but I'm not 100% familiar. I do know, though, there's a lot of areas in Georgia. I know for a fact there's a lot of areas in Georgia that will allow you to do online permit running. So even not just take the county, but go even to your local city, the city that you're in. Take a look at the city's building department, because in a lot of cases, you're not submitting necessarily to the county. Oh, you're between. Oh, okay, I know at least where you are then. Okay, but yeah, in a lot of cases, you're not actually submitting to the county. You're submitting to the city. Now, sure, there'll be some instances where you're submitting to the county, but in a lot of cases, you're submitting directly to the city. So take a look at your city, the actual cities in that county, and see how they allow for permit processing. See how they allow, because a lot of times that city will have an online portal, or they'll also allow you to email it. There's different ways they may accept it, but double check, because yes, that's the same here. Like my actual county that I'm in, they don't allow online processing, or they allow online processing for like 3 different types of projects. Like it's a simple thing, but for the most part, you have to come in. But the actual cities, that's where you hit those online permits. That's where you see a lot of the online permitting, and that's what you'll find yourself probably dealing more with is the city, not necessarily the county as much. But yeah, definitely look into that and check it out to see, because I'm telling you, it saves a lot of your time, your gas. And again, like I said, I am here on a Saturday. I really didn't work much today because I had a lot of errands I had to do, just personal. So I'm out and about. I came in to do a contract of registration real quick. That's it. And I'm out. Normally that's those kind of things you do on, Monday through Friday, those work hours. But this is still something because of the online permitting systems that you can do around your schedule. Okay. So I'm not going to keep you all too long. I'm just glad to see as many of you in here as it is. So I want to thank you for your time, but I do want to encourage everyone, hey, take a look at your local city's building departments websites and see if you're allowed to have an online or an online account so that you can have access to submitting permits any time of the day. Sometimes the building departments will have scheduled maintenance, so they may be down on like a Sunday because of scheduled maintenance, but take a look and see if your building department, your local building department, your city, and yes, even your county, check to see if they allow for you to have online access and an online account so that you can submit your permits at any time. Okay? So again, thank you all so much for tuning into this video. I truly, truly, truly do appreciate it. I know you have plenty of things you could be doing on a Saturday. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, if you have any extra comments, I want you to go ahead, feel free to leave them in the chat. I try to get to as many as possible. So I apologize because, again, I've been a little bit busy, but I try to get to as many as possible, many questions and comments as possible. And but I definitely look forward to chit-chatting with you later. Hope that everyone has a wonderful rest of your evening.